Hey guys, and welcome back to the 100 Baby Challenge. I don't know what is going on today, but I keep having technical difficulties and things keep happening. So I'm voiceovering what I've already recorded. But this is Lyric. She is now the heir, the mama doing the 100 Baby Challenge. We switched over to Lyric. I just loved her too much to let her go. And so I had to say, sorry, Dylan, we're retiring you. Um, I was just showing off her traits. They're kind of like odd traits, but I randomized them when she was a kid, so what can you do? Pretty much. But yeah, she's so adorable. I just love her so much. And basically, I really just need to get her like skills up, her gardening, her painting skill. That way she can continue to make like a decent amount of money for the house and the generations and the kids, as well as herself. Obviously, we'll still need to pay bills and do all these other things. I don't remember where I was. Oh, yes. I was going to go try to find our baby daddy. So I'm just kind of looking around. That's a family that I made. Obviously, like the Goths are kind of already taken. I was considering Alexander Goth, but then I realized technically her siblings are siblings with Alexander Goth, and that'd be kind of weird. Um, so I decided against trying to go for Alexander Goth. Even though I feel like technically it's not against the rules, it just felt weird to me. So we'll just stick with their siblings, technically, somewhere along the way. Um, and I don't know what happened to Bob Pancakes. Like, let me tell you guys, when I realized that Bob Pancakes was just missing, no idea where he went. So I don't know if he, like, something happened to him or if he moved or what, but I couldn't find Bob, Bob Pancakes. Kind of weird. Yeah, so he's an elder. Party house. I also considered, okay, we could go for a couple of people in the party house, or at least Paulo in the party house, as well as we have to leave the land grabs a load. The same situation. We could also go for some people in the roomies household, because they're still, adults. And just showing that Dylan lives there with the two kids. I always forget that that's just like a retail world. And then we could also possibly go for Max Villarreal, maybe even Hugo Villarreal, depending on who is most interested when we talk to them. Because he's a young adult now. Their house is literally full. We could also go for one of the Munch guys, maybe like Lucas or Wolfgang. That's off limits. Bear. Yeah, I think I'm just like looking around at houses to see who is still eligible. Even though I also made a club like I did for Dylan, it's just that not every person can be added to the club. So, and then I see Sergio Romeo, and I'm like, we could go for Sergio Romeo. Kind of debated what I wanted to do, but then I ended up being like, you know what, let's go pick him, because I'm pretty sure he's single. And typically when my Sims talk to Sergio, he's pretty, like, easy to get with, so I figured why not. I just didn't want to have him play hard to get. I wanted an easy first baby daddy for Lyric. So I'm like, where is Sergio? Looking for him. And this is where things change. This episode was crazy. I can't believe that my audio wasn't actually recording to show you guys my initial reaction to this. But Sergio caught on fire. His grill caught on fire, and he caught on fire. And Lyric was terrified, and so was Sergio, obviously, because he caught on fire. So we have to extinguish him. so he doesn't die from the fire. And then we call the fire department. And he's like, wow, you saved my life. Can't begin to describe how grateful I am for you. And that's how it starts. Like, we went over to Sergio's house to see if we could seduce him. And we ended up saving his life because he was on fire and he was just over here crying out of terror. So there's that. And obviously she's tense and scared as well. The only thing she can do is just scream fire at him right now until the fire goes out. So she runs over there. We're waiting for the fire department to show up. And obviously it takes them a decade to get over there. Yeah, there's not much we can do there until the fire's out. That was just me reading that for after, because I didn't read it good at first, but it just says he's thankful for me saving his life. Then the fire department is putting out the fire. Thankfully. It's only his grill that caught on fire. So now I can introduce myself to him. Like I planned to. I'm like, hey, you just caught on fire. And you know, it's kind of awkward. I felt kind of bad, like, because I'm standing here and I was, like, talking to him. And I'm like, oh boy, like, he just caught on fire. He's stinky. He's scared. This is not a great time to seduce somebody. So I felt kind of weird about that. Kind of bad about it. So I was like, you know, let me just talk to him and, like, be friendly to him at least. So that we have him, like, on the roster. So yeah, I try to console him, but he's just, like, having a hard time. And understandable, like, he almost passed away. So. And also, she's terrified. I think, yeah, at some point I just decided to, like, go home and, like, call him later. Because, oh boy. So yeah. We just get to know him a little bit. That's the main thing. He's so smelly. Adoring sentiment. Derek just wants the best for Sergio. It's really cute actually though, because if it weren't for the 100 baby challenge, I would totally have Sergio and Lyric kind of get to know each other better than just attempting to seduce him for the 100 baby challenge. So yeah, I decided to go back home. Because I'm like, you know, she's terrified, he's a little frazzled. Let's just go back home for now. The kids return back from daycare. And then I'm like, you know, maybe I'll just invite him over. Maybe like that gave him time to freshen up. We'll see what happens. And there you go. Look at him. He's showered. He's freshened up. He's not burnt to a crisp anymore. And we can just start talking to him. She's like, wow, what about them frogs? And basketball. The frog basketball team. So yeah, we're just literally just attempting to get to know him and seduce him at this point. Despite what just happened. At least we're on home turf. Plus, her house has the trait for like having more babies and like more luck with babies. Also, we just found out that her dad, Ted Roswell, yeah, Ted Roswell has passed away, which is very sad. Like, it made me a little sad just for her in general. She didn't really get to meet her dad like that. And, he's gone now. So that's sad for her. And then I just wanted to check out the tree. I guess she has half siblings. Didn't even know about them. from Ted. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. He just has those kids. And then I was really interested to go see the other dads and like what was going on with them. I guess Mortimer had another baby. Jeffrey has passed on as well, unfortunately. Although, Nancy is still living. She's still kicking it. And like most of these baby daddies have just passed from old age. Nothing crazy happened to them. Just that they got old.
Tanoba.
Oh, Jarbin Decor.
Benarla.
Eager
Worry. Kiranga. Zappa.
Oh, Moosh Pepso.
I do not remember. Oh yeah, she was too sad to try to flirt, so we had to complain about our problems a little bit. Be like, hey, you almost passed away from this fire today. I saved your life. Well, my dad passed away today. Kinda sad, kinda crazy.
Whoa.
Maybe we should get to know each other better.
No.
Which, honestly, this whole entire ordeal, this whole episode, is what made me feel like, oh my gosh, if it weren't for the 100 baby challenge, Lyric and Sergio in this save would be really good together.
Tuga. Ooh.
So it kind of makes me sad that they don't get to be together long term, but that's okay. Aww, cute. Alright, so the romance went well. He's digging us, and we can go ahead and go in for the try-in for the baby. Spoiler alert, it works. Just telling y'all in advance that it worked. So this is her first experience with woohooing and gonna be having a baby. She's all excited about it too. Like, she's excited to pass on like the family, like contribute to the family and the generations and everything. I do suspect that a bunch of the other kids will probably have kids too, but you know, obviously Lyric's the main. So, she's having the baby. She's so excited. She tells Sergio that she's just so excited. And he's like, cool. That's fine. Look at her. She's so excited, but she's nauseous. I always accidentally click throw up instead of use because usually use is on top with that toilet. And then I realized too we had to get a picture of Sergio for the wall. So we have to go wake him up and go take a picture of him for our wall. Alright, Sergio, pose. I feel like he looks so funny, but like so cute at the same time. Little base game sim. One of the base game sims that are left. And then so that's just me counting how many baby daddies that Dylan had. She had 6 of them. rip to Jeffrey and Ted, because Jeffrey and Ted have passed away. The rest are still living. And then, so we gotta put up Sergio's picture. And then, basically what I did is I did a different color frame to show that, it's Lyric's rather than Dylan's baby daddy's. Just to kind of like segment that off so then I can keep track a little easier. And then after that, obviously we gotta take care of the needs of the kids because we kind of neglected the kids a little bit due to the fact that we were at Sergio's house and they went to daycare and then Sergio's house caught on fire. Then we came back here and tried to continue to talk to Sergio. So it's like, alright, we gotta take care of the kids now. Get all that together. And take care of her needs a little bit too. And then I decide that she's gonna serve up some food and make some food because we do have some toddlers in the house now and kids. And she's pregnant, so I'm assuming she's gonna have at least 1 or 2 more toddlers coming in soon. So we're gonna need lots of food cooked up and ready to go. And then I decide to make some breakfast foods. So we gotta prep that up and get that on the stove. And then start throwing all this stuff away, and you'll never guess what happens. That's right. Lyric started a fire. She literally went over to Sergio's, saved his life from starting a fire, extinguished the fire. She comes home and starts her own fire. I don't know what to do with this kid. Like, she just takes over the family and decides to start a fire. Dylan never started a fire. But Lyric's like, you know what? I'm terrified of fire, and this just happened. So now we're just gonna do it again. So there we go. Now, Lyric and Sergio have lots of bonding because of these fires and saving each other. And Lyric has destroyed a lot of the kitchen. Like, what? And then look, she's over there and she's protecting the kiddos. And she's scared, but she's protecting them. And it's actually so cute because those are actually her siblings. So she's like protecting her siblings. So cute. And then of course, you know, I had to get the pictures. Had to get the photos. So sorry about that. Oh goodness. And then I wanted to check in on the other kid, obviously. She's good. She's just chilling over here. She don't even know the wiser, probably. And like, good thing we have that smoke detector. Jeez, it beats. And then look at that. It burns the table. It burns our garden. Everything, pretty much. The kitchen, the garden. We only got like $1,000 of insurance money to help us, like, fix that. So that's awesome. But at least everyone's okay. And then I just, like, kind of forgot that Lyric was pregnant for a second. Until she just did that little, like, nauseous look and hold her stomach. I was like, oh shoot, I forgot about that because of everything, all the fires that we were playing, the 100 Baby Challenge. And not, Extinguish the Fire Challenge.
Brokeefa Moonflower.
Aw, she's hugging them and comforting them. Like, alright, it's gonna be okay, guys. Like, no worries, you're safe. So cute. Aw. I don't know why that brought their friendship down, but now we have to go replace our, like, half of our kitchen. And our garden. But it's fine. And then obviously the maid service is coming. So I was like, okay, well the maid service is coming. Not a huge deal if I don't clean that right this second. And then obviously I wanted Lyric to start kind of working on gardening. And then we find out that Dominic Fires has passed away. So this episode is like insane because recap, Lyric goes over to Sergio's house. There's a fire. She extinguishes Sergio so that he doesn't die. She comes home. She finds out that her dad has passed away. And then after she finds that out, she starts a fire. And then we find out that the Fires twins, that Dominic passed away. So in this same episode, we had 2 fires and 2 of the baby daddies pass away. Like, what? How does that even happen in a single episode? So, yeah. Here we are. And Lyric's just trying to up her gardening skill a little bit, sell some of the stuff, evolve stuff, which I was hoping to get to that point to be able to evolve, since like a lot of her plants needed it. And we didn't have Dylan anymore. Dylan was doing everything. So like I said, she has to up her painting skill and her gardening skill. And her cooking skill too. Obviously she just set fires, so that's an obvious one. To be able to keep up with continuing, making the money and, you know, providing for the generations to come. Oh boy. So yeah, she just did so many plants because they were kind of neglected for a second. We did have the gardener come, but nothing too crazy happened with that. I think he just watered the plants. Mostly. There's not much time left of this episode, honestly. Literally just, I was in shock from what happened during the episode, and I was like, man, I'm gonna have to end this episode soon, so here we are. I think Sergio's leaving. But yeah, we're just gonna take care of some needs really quick, and that's about it. The episode is pretty much over. So I'll see you guys next time on the 100 Baby Challenge.